Aha! Now the stream is working. Let's see if it stays up for a second. Here we are with Tier 2 at with BRL at Canada, Cirque du Gilles, Montreal, Canada. So let's see, only 13 drivers here tonight. Hopefully we have more show up for the future races. Could just be Mother's Day weekend, and that's why.
Did you say hi to your mom?
I've talked to my mother today. Yes, I've not really said Happy Mother's Day, but
I had lunch with my mom, so interesting. I'm not getting any audio. Here we go. There we go.
yeah, I had some audio, a game glitch,
Yeah.
audio issue, so I had to unpause to fix that. But Zach first out there at least.
I had to do the same thing. Well, Zach and Cam and Boss Cookie are out. Go ahead and do the championship while we're at it. Veyron leads the championship with 73 points. He has podium in all 4 races. He's the only driver in this year to do that so far, with winning the opening race at Bahrain. P2 is Boss Cookie with 43 points. He sits 30 points behind Veyron. Luciano, last week's winner at Baku, is P3 with 35 points. Zach the Beast is P4 with 29 points. Heatwave, winner at Imola. He has 25 points. He's tied with Drix, who has 25 as well. P7 is Toneless with 24 points. Wraith is P8 with 22 points. Charlie, he's P9, but I don't think he's racing here anymore. With 16 points. Mozzie is P10 with 15. That's your top 10 for the drivers. For the team, Mercedes has 97 points. AlphaTauri is P2 with 72. P3 is Red Bull with 41 points. P4 is Alpine with 32. Ferrari is P5 with 31. Alfa Romeo is P6 with 23. McLaren's P7 with 16. Aston Martin is P8 with 12. I don't know if I said McLaren. McLaren's P7 with 16. P9 is Haas with 12. They're tied up Aston Martin with P8. And P10 is Williams with 10.
So yeah, there you have the championship so far. We do have Zach Duke going on a lap, trying to finish out. What has he got for a provisional time for us? There's a few other drivers behind. I know Boss Cookie and Cam are both out there to get a lap done.
Kind of a mixed bag.
He invalidates in the final corner, unfortunately, so that might be at this and next lap, so I don't know if Zach's going to be able to do anything with that.
No, and that's kind of like the kiss of death. You know, sometimes with mediums, you would like to maybe do 2 laps, but with that, effectively, we'll just go ahead and just end it if that was his plan. As he's got the Ferrari of Drix behind him, I believe.
Yeah, and now Drix is probably on a push lap, I'd imagine. But Boss Cookie at least sets himself with a 9.4 on the mediums. Cam with a 9.8.
Tapped the wall there in the first chicane. I don't think he got any damage, but it would ruin if he was doing a second lap.
Hopefully it doesn't impact his run too much. Drix snaps the car back to what he wants.
I don't know if he got
out of the hairpin.
I don't know if he got any damage. If any was light damage, just Foja has a moment. Coming to the hairpin turn. Wow.
Drix gets away through nicely. He's going to set a 9.9 on the softs. Said Vojay was coming through. There's a few other drivers on their way through. Minico sets a 10 flat on the mediums. What does Vojay have? Those drivers heading into the pits. Vojay doesn't invalidate, but he did have his moment earlier. But what will he have over the line? Still going to be a 9.8, so maybe he's got a little bit more to dig in there for himself, but not a bad time to start himself out.
He left a little on the table, but which was kind of saved there in the little chicane after the DRS, second DRS straight. So yeah, but that's still a good lap considering, all things considering. As Minico crashed out. Yeah.
Minico crashes out, and that might have just interrupted Veyron's run slightly. I don't think you can really fault Minico if he crashed out accidentally there on another push lap, but which I would expect on those mediums.
Looking at
Infern says a 10.5.
Looking at Vosge's onboard, or where he was, looked like Manico lost it on the the right-left complex after the second DRS straight. I don't know corners, sorry. That's where his car ended up. So one wonders if he caught the wall or something happened there that caused him to end his session. So he'll start most likely last. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. A 10 flat is an okay time, but for Tier 2, I'm not so sure how safe that's going to be. Veyron sets himself with a 9.69 or 69.7, so not bad. Not a bad start. Only Meanfern is Meanfern and Minico being in the 10s, and like being in the 10s, being the slowest cars out there on mediums is absolutely rapid. So yep, Tier 2 action indeed. Chat. Is Mozzie out on a lap? I see Katra's on an out lap, so.
Katra's actually just beginning her lap on mediums.
Oh, just beginning a lap, so.
And close to the exit wall there, the first chicane. Every time I say that chicane, we have to think of the obvious 2019 with 7 Hamilton. And according to Cam, it'll be a dry race. So
Dry race, dry run for the Tier 2. That's good to see. See the real pace of these guys in that dry. We had that overcast, which was kind of nice, but we'll have to see what they have. It's just sunny, so maybe those soft runners will have more of an issue. Die out a little bit faster. Catcher hits the wall of champions. What's the time gonna be? It's gonna be P7. Minico still holds himself ahead of Catra, just barely on the mediums, so people can dig a little bit more. Heatwave has an invalidation, so that's not going to help his run. Let's see, Mozzie was on a run, doing well for himself, I believe.
Yeah, so far we've had
his first run, so.
We've had 8 do a time, including Manico, so we have 5 drivers looking to set a time. Zach's coming through the hairpin that leads up to the 3rd DRS straight, probably the longest one on the circuit for sure. Don't invalidate here, Zach. She doesn't, so we'll see.
Mozzie sneaks his way through that final chicane. What is he gonna set? That's a P3 time, the 9.8. So maybe has a little bit more to dig, but that's a good banker time for Mozzie. Heatwave into the pits.
Yeah, so far.
And on a lap, FinFan's invalidated, so he's not got anything.
If the graphic is correct, Boss Cookie set his time on mediums, so that's interesting enough. He still holds pole.
Goes into the pits. So yeah, nobody else I think is able to finish lap. Zach invalidates. Thomas on his out lap, and FinFan I think invalidated, so both of them are probably going to look for a run. Drix gets back into the lobby, it seems.
Yeah, let's see, Zach's ERS is at a good number, so let's see if he will have another go for coming to pits. Yeah, he'll have another go. Don't know if that was an invalidation or not. We'll see. No, it wasn't, so. Fan, Sana going through sector 2, the second DRS straight.
Yep, but he's invalidated, and Toneless is there, so maybe the teammates will work it out, and FinFan will tow Toneless down the final straight. They can work it out. Zach is on, I think, another run now. Hasn't invalidated there, Boss Cookie on an out lap. Maybe he's looking to tow his teammate on his out lap. Let's see.
I don't think he's close enough to give Zach a tow. Let's see if Zach...
Oh. Short little left-right from Toneless and right through the chicane. He's going to set himself a 9.8.
And
Zach's into the pits.
Yeah, I think...
Boss Cookie's starting a lap.
You've seen how these softs are. You know, it's the best tire to be on in terms of grip, but, you know, it does not last long, so I don't think you want to start ideally with 2 laps if you're in the top 10, so he's got time to have one more go as Boss Cookie is on a lap. Let's see.
Patra coming out of the pits. And yeah, I think Boss Cookie is our next one to finish a lap. Oh, and he's just invalidated. So yeah, Canada's been fickle for track limits, so that's typical for the way it is here. Cam on a run. I think that's also Veyron ahead on a run, but invalidated, so maybe looking to tow his teammate. And that alt strategy for himself. Patra was on up ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we can attest to this because of last night's race. You know, the Wallet Champion chicane, of course, that's a spot for, you know, validations or also track limits for the race, but also the like turn 4, 5, 6 complex. It's weird, if you turn in too early, you kind of cut the corner, so that's kind of a hot spot as well.
Castra's going to be happy with that one. That's a 969 on the mediums, so good from her. Veyron gets out of the way for his teammate, and Cam invalidates. I don't know if that was because of his teammate was in the way or not, but looks like they're both going for a run right now. Oh, Veyron's invalidated this in next lap, it seems, so not from him. He might have time to get back into the pits and get one more run in, but we'll have to see. Boss Cookie's also invalidated. Who else is doing a run? Doesn't really look like anybody besides maybe Drix.
Yeah, Heatwave's on an out lap. Zach's still in the pits. Finfan's still in the pits. Boss Cookie is coming in. Catch is done. Her first run. Aaron, I think, was on a lap, but invalidated, so we'll see what he does, if he has another go or not.
And Drix is invalidated and hit the wall. Seems to have saved it for now, but I don't know what other damage he might have done. Other cars coming through. Mean Fern. Mean Fern's invalidated, so... Alright, who else is on a run then? Bojay's on an out lap. Zach is on an out lap. Everybody else I think is either invalidated. But Heatwave's starting a run on those mediums, so see if he can get through, have no invalidations, get himself a good time. Only 13 drivers, it's pretty likely that the mediums will go through, so you can pick the strategy you want.
Yeah, Zach's going to start his lap. This will probably be his last chance to get something on the board here.
Yeah. I would have to say it's a lot of drivers' last chance, and especially if they get that invalidate this in next lap, it's over, because that's what happened to me. So, you hit that curb wrong, it can really destroy the end to qualify
Zach
for you.
spins and loses it. I don't know if he cut too much of the exit curb there, but he snapped around. Now he's trying to get out of the way. I believe that was Finfan. It was.
I was riding along board with Heatwave as he set down that provisional time on the
Mediums.
Mediums. Super fast time. Zach, does he have any wing?
Well,
He's got his wing. He's just probably cooked the tires a bit more than he's wanted.
he did make some contact while I was going backwards. So we'll see if that affected him or not. Damage-wise, looks good.
Else on an out lap, and I think, yeah, FinFan should be the next one across the line. Nice little left, right. Barely kisses the wall of champions. It's just for luck. To the line. That's going to be P2
Ooh,
on the softs.
So, here's the question if you're Boss Cookie. And I think he just invalidated, so we don't get to ask the question. You know, he's out here on softs, but his P3 time is medium, so same thing with Katra. I think Katra's probably might just call it good and done. If you're Heatwave, if you're Boss Cookie, if you're Katra, if you can sort of more or less just stay with the soft runners, you know, that crossover could help them.
It could, but right now Mozzie's putting down a time on the soft, so the track has developed a little bit with a few laps that have gone down. What has Mozzie got? He's got 3/10. That would put him right up there. I don't think Heatwave has time to make it around again on the soft, so that should be it for him, but Mozzie might have the time to put it on pole.
As Heatwave retires, I believe that was in the pits. Yep. That's it.
Kisses the wall of champions, and what's it gonna be? It's gonna just be a 9 flat, and it's gonna be enough to take it for now. FinFan into the pits, won't have time to get back out there. Boss Cookie on another lap.
Well, we'll see what Hey Catcher does. She's out there on soft, so we'll see if she will complete this lap or not. Right now she sits P5.
And Toneless, yeah. Toneless moves up to P8. What does Boss Cookie have to the line? He's got to get through the final chicane. I think maybe a little bit deeper than he wanted, but it's through. No, he backs out of it. That's him done for the session.
Let's see what Catcher does for sector 1. About even to the first sector. I wonder if she doesn't see improvement through sector 2, if she'll just pull the plug and just start on the mediums.
Remember, she touched the wall of champions, so maybe her time is all in the final sector.
That is very true.
So some of these drivers we're going to have to watch as they come across the line, as Cam goes fastest with an 8.6.
Oh,
and Katra has looped it, so that's the end of her run. Commentator curse, sorry.
Yeah.
Toneless on his way through. Can he improve on his set? He does.
Just a little bit.
Moves himself up to P6. Drix moves himself through. What does he have in the tank? That's P5. Pushes Toneless down and Boss Cookie. So yeah, I think that is it.
We'll do it. Yeah, you're
Catcher's
right.
Gonna come into the pits, and we're done.
So Miniko, who crashed out the opening 5 minutes, theoretically, if you didn't want to be in the top 10, you're sitting in the best position, Miniko. You sit P11, so he'll be the first one with the freshest set of tires. So that's unless he lied to me and it's not a dry race, then I don't think he would lie.
Well, if it wasn't a dry race, I'm imagining they would have been a little bit more competitive and not even tried the mediums, trying to get that position, right? So
yeah.
Since there was enough medium runs, it would allude to a dry run.
Yeah, you're right.
So we do have a few medium runners up here. Heatwave putting in that good time on a 9.1, puts himself third. We got Mozzie in P2 with a 9.87, and Cam with that 8.6. Just has that bit more and was able to dunk it right at the last seconds there of quali. So that's your top 3. We do have Boss Cookie on the mediums,
I don't
Katra
think-
on the mediums.
I'll have to take a look if I don't think Cam did more than one run. Let's see here. Actually, no, he did. He invalidated the first two, so.
Yeah, and got it sorted on the final.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an impressive run. I kind of missed that one on stream, unfortunately, but that was definitely a good run.
He
At
just
least we got Mozzie and a few of the others, but
Cam tried to fly under the radar and it worked. So good job, Cam.
he does do that. It's gonna be hard to fly under the radar from pole though, so there's that. A little cloudy, so similar to what we had, so maybe it'll be better on the soft and medium runners. They're probably looking to overextend their stints if it's cool. So maybe that's why people were more looking for those mediums so that they could do the long 24 to, 26 laps of medium laps?
Yeah, if you have the mediums, the one thing you're just hoping that you don't get is the early safety car, and it kind of just throws a wrench into the plan. But it remains to be seen. I think if guys like Boss Cookie, Katra, if they can just keep these soft guys within arm's reach in the first, let's say, 3 or 4 laps, they're going to be in a good position come lap 6, 7, 8, equaling out and actually being on the faster tires. So I would say with the soft guys, with them having to pit, let's say at lap 11 or 12, being the fact that we only have 13 guys here, no formation lap? Okay.
No formation lap and we're going. Oh. Alright then. Mozzie's ahead. FinFan's out.
Wonder if we're going to see
A lobby restart? That's a VSC.
So far.
Not quite sure. It doesn't look like anybody's gotten too bad wing damage. Trying to see if Heatwave's got any wing damage. No.
Yeah, that wasn't expected. I wasn't expecting that. So.
No, I was expecting a formation lap, and then it just all of a sudden, off we go. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there.
So we are in
migrating host.
We are indeed doing a lobby reset. I just looked at the chat. So the thing about tire wear and all that stuff. By the way, you're going to see some stuff here that you probably don't want to see in the race. I think that was back there. I think what you're seeing here is Spawn 1998 back there. That's all that was.
Yeah, that's interesting. We have a few dead cars.
Well,
obviously we're doing a lobby reset, so
it reminds me when I do NASCAR Heat 5, the league that I do. We do single lap qualifying and all that, and then I commentate for the Xfinity and the Cup races. And after everyone's done, we all have to complete the laps. And I always say, by the way, you're going to see some stuff in the next 5 laps that we hope not to see in the race. And it's just literally guys just hitting each other and having fun because we have to get to the end of the session. Okay, we'll go to Katra's new F1 lobby.
Yes, but maybe this jank lobby will tell us some mystery of what will happen in the No, probably not. Probably not.
Did BRL hire Michael Massey?
So your unofficial, Veyron keeps that podium spree in P2.
Well,
but
he only had to go 2 laps. So it's all last year, basically. One thing I did not do, so let's see. race ourselves, or we're creating a new lobby because we had a glitch. It's happened before. It happened season 6, tier 2. I was engineering Bailey in that race, and what's funny is like me and Bailey were just kind of relaxing. He was here. Nico was not there now. So all of a sudden, that's just a light splash, and there was no formation. And like me and Bailey were caught off guard, going, "What the heck is going on?"
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, and then halfway through that race, forgot kind of sort of what happened. Someone left, which kind of messed up the lobby. So the race was ended at the halfway point. I remember Bailey asking me, "Hey, what do we do? Is the race still going on?" I just said, "Hey, just keep racing until I tell you otherwise." I'm trying to message Catcher and Echo like, "Hey, little help way over here."
Yeah, lobby resets can be a little bit interesting, especially when your coordinator is in the race themselves.
Yeah.
So makes it hard to get a message out. At the same time, looks like Katra has done well. So hands off to our tier coordinator tonight to get the lobby reset going. So.
Well, I'm sure the start caught everyone off guard because I mean, during the formation start, I'm just kind of just sitting there like that. We're not doing anything. Pretty sure when they saw the lights go out, I bet everyone was like going, "What the heck is happening? What?"
I'm sure somebody out there is going to be annoyed though, because they probably still got a good start somehow.
Whoever was leading is annoyed, for sure.
Oh, Cam was up there. Cam was gone.
Yeah.
Cam wanted to check out early. I don't blame him for that one.
That's how it works in racing. Is when something like this happens, it's like there's always going to be two people that are like really, really not happy because hey, they really got a good start, and then there's other people that did not get a good start. They're like, yes, we get a second chance.
It's gonna be good to see. I think you just have to select a spectator there for the lobby. I know Catcher should probably got everybody in here to select their positions. Are we missing one? I thought we had 13. FinFan. There we go. Mozzie isn't happy. Well, Mozzie is still in what, P2, P3, so I wouldn't be too upset. Don't worry. Lobby resets happen. It's unfortunate, but
I've had some fun in the chat. I don't know if you saw what I saw.
Throwing some of those gimmick steward reports. Oh, he torpedoed me. Oh, he crashed me out. Yeah, in the gimmick race, that doesn't count.
No, Kendra told me, hey, I need you to click spectator. I said, okay. And then I responded, forget it. I get it, Haas. I race and be race reporter guy.
Yeah.
Or because, we're tier 4. And okay, I'll say it. I've always wondered, like, with the Olympics, you have these high athletes or just the best of their profession, whatever. Like, we need world record time, the session time, average Joe time. Let me be the average Joe. Okay, so as we wait, I caught a little bit of qualifying today. I saw where Ocon had his issue in FP3. I've not seen a replay, but I saw a photo. That looked like a brutal hit.
Yeah, well, people were saying it seemed similar to Sainz's. So, could be just the corner itself, just like the geometry and how the cars work kind of deal. Unsure, or if that's just, two similar mistakes made by two different drivers.
Yeah, so
it's kind of the problem with F1 because it's not like they crash very often. So when they do, we kind of make up our own kind of voodoo about it.
Well, we've seen some.
Could be a tailwind. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I just say.
I remember Carlos Sainz Jr. crashed at Russia, where I don't know what happened. I think it was 2015, 2016. at Russia where he just went straight, like all of a sudden straight in the barrier. I was like, oh God, that's the hit. It was pre-Halo Day, so it was when it was at Toro Rosso. Can't think of.
Well, I know he hit the wall into turn 2 recently, like McLaren, so...
He said, yeah, Ocon says a 51G hit, which was the same as Verstappen at Silverstone.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. But again, that corner is full bore, like, you're trying to give her everything.
I would say with the Verstappen crash as we're loading in, the thing that made that crash scary, apart of Verstappen, which I'm glad he got out of that car, okay, he had to go to the hospital. The thing that made that crash scary was that bouncing tire. Because that tire was going just as fast as the car was, and thank God it did not have any elevation, because if it did have the elevation, that could have ended up in the stands.
Yeah, I'm glad no one got hurt.
And
because again, that's.
I'm not here to ask one's age, but I don't know if you remember late '90s Michigan kart. There was a tire and a wheel that ended up completely in the grandstands. It killed, I believe, 2 people. And then also at Charlotte for the IRL race, they had the same thing, wheel in the air. And I believe a couple people passed away from that as well. So it's like that just is scary for me. Like just seeing that tire and like, thank God it just clipped, the barrier and didn't go into the fence, because who knows what could happen.
Oh, I agree. I remember that one clip of Schumacher. I think he won Monza, and then everyone's like rushing him over by pit lane, and he's dodging people, and he's still doing like speed.
Yeah.
Like, you get hit by that, you're like, get out of the way.
Or
Like, oh
you
my
remember
God.
the protester at the hangar straight at Silverstone?
Oh my God.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that
Jesus
guy.
Christ.
I think it was Weber and the Jaguar that came out of the hangar straight and almost hit him. Like, wow. As now we get a proper formation up here.
Cam and Mozzie have been disqualified.
Oh.
Might be a steward's report to look at later.
I wasn't paying attention, but I wasn't paying attention because I wasn't expecting that, especially going to the first couple of corners.
They didn't even hit turn 1 before it happened.
Interesting. So, we're going to have the front row start on whole tires. This could make it very interesting going into turn 1. We had a pretty good run up to turn 1. Remember Sebastian Vettel in 2015, he started P3, he was able to get that good jump on the Mercedes of Lewis and Nico, who I believe had the front row lockout, and led lap 1. So it is possible if you get the start right, but now that they're on cold tires, I mean, I really look at see what Heatwave and FinFan do with that, because Heatwave's on the medium, but still, he should in theory have more traction.
He should. We'll have to see how these other drivers handle the start. But the medium runner is looking for that long stint. We'll have to see if there's any safety cars. With only 13 drivers, maybe not.
One thing,
It might be a clean run.
it could be
with
a clean
the less people.
I think,
Less chance for an accident.
well, this also helps for guys that go on softs and mediums, because there's 13 cars. Traffic might not be an issue here. That's the one thing about, okay, when you stop for softs and mediums and you get ready for the start is, okay, you make your stop, you put the mediums on, but you still got to fight your way through traffic, and we might not really see that be an issue tonight. So let's see how this start goes.
Yes. Unfortunately, since the top two were disqualified, I can't really get a good camera angle on them. There we go. 5 red lights. And away we go. Seems like a good start from pretty much everybody.
Heatwave.
But a really good start from Heatwave. Heatwave going for a dive.
He took a thought.
Can't quite make it. Oh, contact, and Mozzie's been pushed out. And he's going to have to slot himself to the back. Some contact between the group. 4 wide at the back there. OJ seems to get ahead.
I believe that was Toneless or
Nico getting ahead of the start.
Nico up from P11, I believe. Good, now P4. Good start for him. Mozzie lost a lot of time through that contact.
Heatwave chasing down Cam. So far, Cam didn't get as far away out of turn 1, so old tires definitely not giving him a help.
I think by now, I think he's not less leaving to get into the tires. I believe now he probably has that while he's trying to break the draft. If you're Heatwave, you would probably just love to sit here. Guys, here comes Trix.
Come on, camera angles.
Oh, yeah.
Drix takes that inside line off of Heatwave. Minico still hunting down the back of him.
Yeah, I think we'll see if Heatwave can still have Drix within 1 second. Starting to pull away, though. No, that's going to be an issue for the first 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah, but Boss Cookie's going to want to close it in that time, and I'm sure he can. Minico bloops it, though. And he's ghosted, so no one's going to hit him at least, but he's trying to stay out of everybody's way. He's going to get back to it, but that's him down to the back of the crowd.
Yeah, well, that was going on. Fin Fan pitted. I guess he had damage of some sorts. Ozzy has stayed out, so he didn't really get damage from that turn 1 contact that saw him spun around.
With that car gone, it's going to make it harder for Boss Cookie, because now he's got to close in a lot more to close in for DRS. So now it's kind of broken the chain. The top 3 are somewhat away. Heatwave might be the better of them as he's on the mediums, but we'll have to see.
I think
Cam sets the fastest lap.
I think you're going to see Cam and Drix for sure open up a gap right now. DRS has been activated. But I think about the time we get to lap 4, 5, 6, give or take that part of the soft stint, as Drix are ready for 3 seconds. That's not
Yeah,
good.
that 4 or 5 really nicked him there, and he's about a second out. He got DRS. So top 3 have DRS, and Boss Cookie's trying to get Voj off of him, but
Yeah, I believe Heatwave's in DRS range as well, so...
oh, and Drix is out.
Oh.
He's lost it, and that is a VSC.
That's about the same area where Manico had his issue in qualifying.
Curbs there can be pretty deadly, but that's him out, unfortunately.
Well, it's if the back end wants to step up there, it's like you have 1 split second to save it, and if you don't, she's gone. As Boss Cookie pits. Let's see if anyone else pits. No, so interesting decision here. No, new front wing, okay. And he'll go on the medium compound tire, so that might explain Boss Cookie's pace of not keeping up with Heatwave.
Yeah, so far it's a bit of a chain. Boss Cookie out of it leaves Voj in 3rd. Drix out of it leaves Heatwave kind of a lone medium runner in 2nd. So he's just running his own strategy and kind of clear air behind Cam.
Yeah, the interval is...
Will the DRS let these guys behind close up to the leaders, though?
Well, being the fact that...
Can they push?
Well, here's the thing. Heatwave, you know, he was about, I want to say, give or take 2 seconds behind Cam because he was a second behind Drix, and Drix was P2 at the time. I don't know. We'll see what Heatwave does. I mean, now everyone's got a full battery, but... Voj is the one that's really got the bit between his teeth.
Well, Katra's just happy to hold on because she's on mediums.
Yeah.
She's sandwiched with all these soft runners and still going for the move on the inside of Voj.
Trying to complete it, couldn't go 100% complete it. Still side by side.
It gets through. Veyron looking to get in on Voj as well at this point.
I saw him stick his nose in there thinking about 3 wide, thought better of it.
Yeah, he thought about it for a half second and said no.
We'll see with Catra. She's not using the button. About equal battery compared with Voj and Veyron. Veyron not even touching his.
Oh, OJ having a bit of a moment and slipping up out of the corner. Zach's made a surge. He's back up to P6 after not being able to put down a time in quali. But yeah, Catra's now the bottle top of all these soft runners that want to make their way through.
Yeah, we'll see. Voj is going to close the gap. See if he would do what Catra did, going into turn 1 and pull out, make a move. I think
OJ taps the wall.
that's, yep. So now see Veyron look for P4. Oh, very close battling here. Zach behind these two.
And trying to look for it, see if there's a move to be made, but gets closed off by Voj again as they all get back over to racing line.
You know who's loving this? Catra. Please keep battling. She's so close to breaking.
Keep battling.
She's so
Stay
close
away.
to breaking that 1 second mark. She might have gotten it. No, she didn't. It was close.
Not quite. It's a yellow flag.
Was it for heat wave? I don't think so.
I thought it was for heat wave. I'm not sure what that yellow flag was for. Maybe it was from Cam. Cam had a moment that he slowed up.
He did lose about a second. If I remember right, he was up 3 seconds. Now it's 2. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
Maybe he had a half spin and was able to save it.
That already had to use the runoff. That would make more sense. The BSC was able to save about a lap of wear for these soft guys, so that might help them a little bit, but the sun's starting to poke out now as Cookie gets a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, that'll be the start of her penalties after Drix crashed out. He had a penalty, but not really withstanding at this point. Veyron still has DRS. Zach hounding the back of Voj, but Toneless not too far. Pretty interested, and Voj crashes out of the corner.
Oh, would that bring a safety car?
That could be a safety car, and it is. It's a safety car, and that's going to be able to change up the race for many of these drivers. We have a few drivers that already did a stop, but
this is a tough decision.
Not sure.
If you think that this period is going to be 3 laps, race gets restarted lap 10. You might want to throw mediums on here to get a soft. If you're the medium guys, I really don't know. There's not really. You can do the double stack deal. You know, come in, throw on softs, then maybe throw back mediums on if you think mediums will go. We'll see what Catra's in.
Cam just break his own wing to slow up his teammate in the pits? He just was on the straight and walked into the wall and then got a new wing for it. Now Veyron is stuck in the pits.
Well,
is this some counter team play going on right now?
no, I don't think this is McLaren 2000 stuff at Hungary with Alonso and Hamilton. Maybe he hit the wall.
Well, he just cost him a lot of time for no reason. He did not need to take a wing. He just whacked it into the wall, I think. Unless that spin, he did do damage. That's an interesting play.
So I'm gonna watch.
Never done that one before.
I'm gonna watch
one to
Catra
add
here.
to the trick book.
Well, probably.
Catra kind of banking on another safety car, you think, or just
I think she's
can't
gonna
do another medium run.
I think
so.
she's gonna box this lap, so that way she's met the tire requirement and go back on mediums. She's going to take a price for it, but it gets her options open. It's the soft compound. It'll go 11 laps or 12. Okay, you reach lap 20. It's not going to work. You're going to have to pit at least one more time. So we'll see what she does. 2 Red Bulls, they stay out. Both on the.
And Catra goes for the dive.
Yep, I'm not surprised. Nico pits.
So there's a few pit trickeries going on
I
here.
think Manico's doing the same thing. As Catra does indeed go on mediums. What does Manico do? He goes on mediums. So be interesting to see with the top 3 has half the pit. Heatwave and Meanfern haven't pitted yet. They're running that mediums. Boss Cookie started this race, if I remember right, on mediums. So he's not met the tire requirement yet. I would. Oh, that's a big.
Bayron, a 5-second for ignoring yellow flag. Is that another game glitch issue?
It could be.
So if he has to pit again for a safety car, it's gonna hurt him though.
Well, Bayron's kind of in the tough spot. In normal circumstances.
Safety car's not in this lap. He could pit for it now.
Well, what compounds he going to pit to unless he's got another set of mediums. Well, we'll see what he does. And I went to go verify. Yes, Boss Cookie started the race on mediums. Did he just get another one? No, he didn't. That was my screen. Safety car is in this lap. So, Red Bull, 1-2, still have to pit. Boss Cookie still have to pit. Right now, Cam is basically the leader. Once these guys pit. Wait.
And he's gone.
Heatwave with it.
Meanfern is under attack from Boss Cookie already, but Heatwave gets a second gap out of the gates to run away with.
Yeah, he got a very nice jump indeed. See what Boss Cookie does with 3 laps fresher tires. He has Cam all over him.
Cam was looking for a move. So Cam's got the fresh set and is definitely looking for it. He does not want to sit here very long.
No, but you gotta be Cam, Zach, and Bayron, and the rest behind. They gotta be mindful here. You're dealing with a car that has to pit no matter what. So, even if the safety car would come out in the next 5 laps, you know, they're gonna have to basically directly do what Gatcher just did with the double stop if they have another set of mediums. Cam, Boss Cookie might not have another set of mediums because he already used 2 sets.
That's true. These guys have used up their sets somewhat. They'll only be slightly scrubbed in. They could probably still make a distance. And Cam has to get out of it after contact. And yeah, Boss Cookie's going to be ahead after contact with Meanfern.
We'll see if that gets looked at later. See, I believe that is Meanfern. Yes, it is. All this happening with Heatwave leading 1.8 seconds above Boss Cookie. He's 1.2 up by Cam, but Cam's on the fresher tires, so we expect him to eat into that gap a little bit.
Yeah, but did Cam take... I don't think he took a warning there, actually. I think he did it apologetically enough and bowed out of it, and the game recognized it, so that's good at least. Sometimes the game works right.
Yeah, you can maybe get a little bit lucky, or maybe if you run wide, you know, get out of gas a little bit, so that way you'll save getting a penalty or an ability or a track extensions. It's weird of how they want to do that.
And Bayron bows out of it against Minico for now. DRS is enabled this lap, though.
Yeah, you know, you did
Kind of just a... Go ahead.
You did, you know, we mentioned earlier these mediums. Well, how long do you think these mediums go for? 20? I think the most I saw in realistic go was, I think, 23, 24.
They're going to want to go about 24. But remember, they did some laps on safety cars, so...
About 2.
That'll help. If there's another safety car and people like Katra are going for the overextension, same with Minico, it'll help them out, make that make it to the end.
Well, it really depends on when the safety car comes out. If you're Heatwave, you want the safety car to come out before lap 20. If it happens after that, for the last 10 laps, I don't know. The last 2 laps might be interesting with the drop off of softs, but probably might see the majority take softs, fresh softs at the end.
And Cam's going to take a 3-second there. Zach's going to take a 3-second there. Everyone's taking 3 seconds out of that final chicane.
I'll tell you one thing.
Cam on his way.
I just remember this with Heatwave. He's on 12 laps mediums. He's on a fresh set of 12 lap mediums. Remember, this was a lobby reset, so there is no qualifying wear right now on his tires.
There's no quali wear, so they do have fresh sets.
So that could help a little bit. Cam has closed that gap.
Yeah, Cam has closed the gap quite a bit. He wants that win. But he'll have to overextend on those tires quite a lot. Heatwave could get them on the alt strategy. But Katra having some problems. It seems like Veyron's on their way through. She's still trying to chase it down, but
one thing,
not a ton of movement in the back, but everyone has DRS, so it's just a train of cars kind of going through.
Cam taking a look on Heatwave, going to the chicane for the Wall of Champions, gets the move done, but oh, he gets a...
And takes another 3 seconds. So Heatwave's just going to want to hold that DRS and try to make his stint as strong as possible. That 6-second bearing in mind for himself, so...
right now, with the penalties, it is shaping up nicely for Heatwave and Miniko, who is kind of sort of on the same sort of strategy that Cam is on. 1 lap pressure mediums, because he, like Patrick, did a medium, soft, medium to meet the tire requirements on the safety car.
And Veyron's going to take a 3 seconds. So Canada biting a few drivers already. It is a pain out here.
Yep, Veyron's at 8 seconds. He did get a 5 for ignoring yellows. Unknown if that was a glitch or not. But if he pits, no matter what, he will have served that 5 seconds. So we'll see if that plays a role later on.
Yeah, they won't be able to remove it if he serves it, but we'll see. Calzoner says Cam is mid. Well, Cam is leading right now. He does have the alt strategy. Had to pit off the softs a little bit earlier and has to overextend the mediums, but could make it. Heatwave will have the pace at the end on softs. Boss Cookie and Zach got a bit of a distance, but Boss Cookie closing into Heatwave, so...
Yep.
Miniko gapped Veyron enough to get him out of DRS, so...
Well, right now, you know, let's see if I can get the gap. There we go. Cam right now, I would say his biggest, what he needs to do here with him having a 6 seconds is he's going to have to find a way to build a 5-second lead, 6-second lead over Miniko, who's sitting P5 3.2 behind Cam to maintain the lead, because Heatwave's going to pit. He's got already the 3 over Zach.
Boss Cookie went a little bit deep after trying to fight with Heatwave, and Zach was looking for a move. Boss Cookie threw on Heatwave now, right before Wall of Champions. Zach make his way through Heatwave. Don't think so. He sees the flashing of the Red Bull ahead. He's going to look for it, backs out of it just in case. Doesn't get his nose clipped for it, so mindful. Miniko, though, looking for a move on the inside of Zach. Bows out of it, though. Doesn't want to get too mixed up in something stupid.
No, yeah. I think Zach right now, we'll see what he does, because he wants to get by Heatwave. Because he is certainly on, he can get the win here. And then Miniko. More or less, more on Miniko at the moment. He's the one that's within that 6-second gap.
But, yeah, Cam's still trying to run away.
Well, one thing that
Miniko having dirty air, struggling a little bit right behind in the chain.
Well, one thing that Cam...
Trying to keep out of Veyron's DRS, though.
Yeah, one thing that Cam has in his favor right now is he has Boss Cookie and Heatwave on 12 and 15 on that medium, so that's helping Cam build a gap. Oh,
And Miniko's going to take a 3-second there.
Nico takes a look on Zach. Side by side. And Nico's got the high ground. And Zach gives it
Respectable distance shared between the two. Very nice to see.
to him. Yeah.
But Veyron's had a bit of a moment. He's lost out to Katra. So Katra up ahead into P6 with no penalties. So she's doing very well with a late safety car. And would be nice for all of them, really. So she could do it on barring no penalties. Binfan doing pretty well on that as well. And Mozzie has to catch into Toneless, but seems they've all kind of slotted into their own little grouping.
Yeah, Boss Cookie, our Cam's open a 4.3 second gap.
Yeah, but Cam's going to have no pace at the end, where a soft runner might be able to catch him.
Well, right now, the soft runner that he's got to be worried about is Cookie and Heatwave, and with the field being the way it is, they're going to have very clean air. Just a question of, can they get that gap back from the pit lane delta? So,
Well, against like 16 to 18 lap mediums that go out to 24, maybe. They'll be off a cliff and quite dead mediums at that point.
yep, I don't disagree with you. It's just a question of when does Heatwave hit?
We'll have to see. He might get lucky with a safety car in the next few laps. Struggling with the car. He's got to fight Miniko now, who had slightly better traction out of the corner. Still with dirty air, did not help. He's going to wait for after the Wall of Champions to make the move done.
And right now, Cam kind of has what he wants right now. He's 4.8 over Boss Cookie. Both him and Cam have a 6 seconds that's been eluded. Heatwave still has to pit. Miniko now gets by, so let's see what Miniko does.
A little light tap there, but Miniko is on his way through. Zach now chasing down Heatwave.
Here, let's see if Miniko can get through Boss Cookie as who's...
Oh, and Cam is
spun.
off? Is that bad wing damage, though? Doesn't look
That's
like
right.
it, but Boss Cookie's going to take the lead for right now.
I don't really have a good on board on Cam. There we go.
So his 6-second gap is now gone, and now he's going to have to fight even harder to maintain that. So this has paid out more favor into Heatwave's plans.
It's played out to a lot of people's hands. Katra for sure right now is within 2.2 of, Cam. And so is Miniko. So this just really flipped on its head right now.
Yeah, Cam trying to look for a move on Boss Cookie. He gets pushed to the grass, though, and doesn't have the greatest corner because of it. Miniko gives him some space, but looks like Zach's had an issue.
Zach has
Oh,
spun.
is that a game glitch? He spun? No, he's just, I think maybe stayed ghosted to avoid anything. Maybe avoid any warnings or penalties, but he's back through. Maybe that was contact, I'm not sure.
I didn't catch it as well.
Cam is lost out to Heatwave now, and Miniko, so he's had another moment. Now Veyron closing in. Mozzie's on his way through Katra, so lots of things changing so far in this race. It's not quite done yet.
No, it's the last couple of laps went from it being kind of held by Cam to now it's chaos. So, Nico, home track, Canadian, racing at Canada. I don't see...
Cam takes another 3-second for the fight with Heatwave. Heatwave kind of lets him through. But yeah,
It's now up to 9. Yeah, this is going to get interesting here because, you know, you alluded to heat wave earlier. Does he have a chance of this? And when he was 5 seconds behind Cam, I was like, I don't think so. See, that's some time he has to get back. Now that's been basically evaporated. If he can get
But
out,
yeah, Cam's just gone backwards this entire time until he's recovered. Anytime he has a mistake, it's cost him so much time.
well, more or less that.
The man's faster, but he's lost at least 10 seconds on spins.
Right, but that 6-second gap that heat wave was behind, give or take 5 seconds. Now that's evaporated. That heat wave would have to gain back because Boss Cookie's in the same situation. I think he has to pit though. I don't see 17 laps. I don't see that tire getting to the end. So theoretically, I believe Nico is the one that's leading this. Which, well, I'll put Finfane, I think, in a good position right now. As who's that? That's Veyron pitting.
Boss Cookie goes for the late weave and tries to block off Minico. Minico's going to have it into turn 1, taking the lead of the race. Cam looking for a move on Boss Cookie as well.
So Veyron had to serve his 5 seconds, and then he went on medium, so his 8 seconds now goes to 3 seconds. He will be in a lot of clean air. He will just have penalties behind him, so we'll see what this does, if this strategy call works.
It could work out. Heatwave still needs to pit though, and his tires are going to be more and more haggard. Finfan's closing into this crowd as well on no penalties, so that could work out for him. Patra has Mozzie for company, but oh, that's a very deep dive from Cam.
Nice switch back there by Nico. Who's going to have DRS here? I believe Cam will, yep. And this track's a lot like Australia, a lot like Bahrain. Well, no, I'm not going to put Bahrain in. I don't know. If you get DRS for the 3rd straight, you'll get it for the 4th, but Cam pits, or on the 1st DRS straight. Sorry.
He pits, but why fight Minico so hard just to slow him up? Did he intentionally? Like, what is his play? I don't understand this driving. What is he doing?
Well.
But Minico just has to build his gap, and he's so far doing that. Just trying to stay clear of any more penalties. So
You seem to see when heat wave pits, being the fact that Cam a Boss Cookie does 12 laps.
Fan slowing up a bit, having some issues with traction, but has DRS to keep on going. Patra's lost a lot of time to Mozzie. I don't know if she had maybe a spin.
She had a spin a handful of laps ago or something. Don't see any visible damage, but doesn't mean that there is wing damage.
Yeah, but Cam out on the softs to the end.
Be interesting to see if Heatwave pits to respond to what Cam and Boss Cookie have done. Answer is yes, he does pit. So he will have one lap fresher tires, but does the undercut of Cam and Boss Cookie, does that help them in this? We will see.
Heatwave's on his way out. Cam's on his way through.
Yep, the undercut worked.
He still has all those penalties to work through. Yeah, he's got the pace, but got lots of other drivers for company, so we'll have to see.
Well, let's bring up penalties. He is 17 seconds behind Nico, who has a 3-second penalty. So right now, he's going to have to get basically 14 seconds into Nico's gap in order to win this race.
Yeah, but Minico's on dead tire, and softs are quite pacey. Like, fresh tire around Canada is very strong.
Yeah, watch.
Yeah, Ritzy, you've missed a lot. There's been lots of spins, lots of battles. Minico is in the lead. He's got a 3-second penalty. Finfan is closing in within the 3-second gap. Could hold it to the end. Cam on a charge, Boss Cookie on a charge, and Heatwave on a charge, all on fresh softs. Heatwave also has no penalties.
Mozzie pits.
So,
oh, Cam now with 12.
Cam with 12. Mozzie into the pits. Mozzie goes in for softs. So Mozzie can't make it to the end on mediums, it seems, or doesn't want to, and that's the end of that.
Yeah, right now, Veyron and P7, 5 seconds behind Heatwave. He would be basically equal with Heatwave now if he didn't have the 5 seconds for new and yellow flags. Either a game glitch or not a game glitch. It's been served, nothing you can do about it. I think Miniko is in a tough position here. Same with FinFan. Do you stay out or you pit? Because you literally just had Mozzie pit. Mozzie was 6 seconds behind these guys.
It's a fight for the corner between Zach and Heatwave, but just barely enough room. Heatwave's going to get his way through.
And Miniko just got his 6th second.
Well, that's going to pay out for FinFan at least. If he can hold it together, this could be a win.
Yeah, I just think back to Abu Dhabi and this tier last year. Me and Zach were kind of in this position. Do we pit with the others, or do we roll the dice and stay out and thinking that they won't catch us? We rolled the dice and stayed out. Now, we weren't in a championship fight. We were just in for race wins, and we didn't get the race win. We got the podium, but, we rolled the dice, we gambled, went the wrong way. I wonder with Miniko, now that he's got a 6, Heatwave needs to really only just gain 7 more seconds.
And there's another penalty for Boss Cookie, so...
Well, I say that's unless a FinFan stays out. So...
Boss Cookie's still trying to get back to Cam. FinFan's a bit off. It looks like they've all kind of got their own gap. But Mozzie's on the back of Toneless. Does have DRS. Will he be able to make the pass this time around? On the pacey tires? Yes, he can.
Gap up front's been roughly the same. It fluctuates. FinFan's kind of slipped back a little bit. Now he's not lost 2/10, but I think FinFan might be just taking it a little bit easier, knowing that he's within 6 seconds of Miniko, doesn't want to get a penalty. And I think at this point, you've kind of made your bed. There's no point in pitting softs because you won't gain back the time. Maybe...
Not at this point, no.
I think if you were going to do it, you're going to have to do it by now. Oh, who's that around? Is that Cam is around?
Cam is around and into a wall. He's lost his wing.
Waiting for traffic to go out. No, we can't wait yet. Now he can go. He's lost the front wing.
And it's caused a safety car because he's been stopped on track for so long.
Oh.
So, it is what it is, and that'll be a late safety car. What will that do? Boss Cookie makes it into the pit. FinFan and Miniko have to continue on.
Miniko had no choice to stay out. He already passed pit lane.
Yeah. Boss Cookie into the pits. Zach into pits. Veyron into pits. Mozzie back into the pits after being just on fresh softs. Helmless on in. Cam for wing.
I don't think Miniko's...
Catcher in.
Yeah, ooh. This is really going to hurt Miniko.
Mimiko is not going to do well on this.
Well,
this was a bit of a nail in the coffin.
I don't think it, but this is not his fault though, unless he decided to stay out. But
he couldn't. The safety car came after he was past pit lane.
What I thought. So it's really not his fault, and because he's caught the safety car, there's not a delta. So he's gonna have to pit. I mean, 19 laps is not. A medium is not going to hold off 4-lap stops, a fresh set of softs
No,
behind.
he's just got to hope that whatever gap he's got is enough. But it's going to give it up to Heatwave with no penalties and FinFan. So
we'll see. I mean,
Heatwave takes his position back with the late safety car. So
let's see. Yeah, Miniko does pit. Let's see with Zach coming. he might be able to slot in back to being right there, P4. We'll see. Gonna be no, Zach's gonna get him. Here comes Veyron. Veyron's gonna get him, so he'll come out P6. Cam, I guess, lagged out. He's back, and I was on Cam's onboard, or not onboard, but I was watching him. It wasn't an intentional stop where he was at. He had no choice but to sit there and wait for the two cars to go by, because that's kind of where he was at. He was, you know, kind of Austin Powers in a bit. He was kind of sideways, so wasn't intentional. I can say that.
Yeah, I couldn't quite jump in the way of other cars coming, so
Yeah,
is what it is.
kind of the same thing.
But
Zach
as
had.
it stands, Veyron has his 3-second. But with Boss Cookie down, if he gets around Zach, he could still grab his podium.
Yeah.
FinFan does have the lead. We'll have to see if the difference in tire for Heatwave is going to be enough. He only did like 2 racing laps, and then now safety car. So I don't think his tires will be that badly burnt compared to the other drivers, but it's going to be a little bit towards the end.
I think the safety car's going to come in next lap, so he'll have to deal with it for 5 laps. Yeah, it's not going to be as fresh as the ones that just pitted, but yeah, I agree with that. It is 4 laps soft, so theoretically he's going to have to do 9 racing laps on it. Because I believe he had 4 laps complete when he pitted, so...
Seems like Cam ended up pitting onto a old set of softs that were 7 laps. These ones are 5 laps, so he doesn't quite have a fresh set of softs to go to.
The freshest sets Miniko by 1 lap, even though that's safety car laps. Be interesting. I mean, FinFan, he has no penalties. He has theoretically 4 lap pressure softs. We'll see how Heatwave and FinFan get with this restart, because here's the thing, everything below them has a penalty, and you know, Boss Cookie has 9, Miniko has 6, Zach Veyron 3, so
maybe FinFan can either pressure Heatwave into a mistake or a track limits violation. Maybe he can get the overtake done with some DRS in the last 3 laps.
well, if
Safety car will be in.
If Heatwave gets a good start like he did the first safety car restart, only difference is he doesn't have his teammate behind him. If you're a FinFan, maybe you're just hoping you just latch on to Heatwave and build a gap between Boss Cookie, Zach, the rest from behind, and then when Heatwave's tires drop off quicker than FinFan's, that's when FinFan strikes. So we'll see. This does give guys like Mozzie, Poneless, and Katra another go at this as well.
And there he goes. There goes Heatwave. He gets a bit of a good run. FinFan's still going to want to close it in. Boss Cookie right there. They're fighting side by side, Miniko and Veyron. It looks like Miniko's on his way through, wanting to get most of his 6-second penalty out of the way. He's pressuring the back of Zach now.
Yeah, these guys don't have DRS. I think it might get activated next lap, but Miniko looking like he doesn't care. Trying to find a way through Zach.
Oh, and there goes Zach.
There goes Zach.
Contact with Miniko. And
Well,
there is that. So
we'll see.
that's going to be probably the end of Zach for points in this race.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it will be. No. Yeah, you're right. We'll see. We still got 4 more laps to go.
Cam's back into the pits. So maybe points are still on the table for Zach, barring that. What is Cam trying to do? Maybe take fastest lap. He goes on to 15 lap mediums. He does not have any fresh tires to go to. He gets a new wing for himself, but that's as good as it gets for tire wear for him.
Yeah, right now, FinFan, I didn't catch it. It was DRS activated. What we'll see right here, actually. I didn't.
Not this lap.
I didn't think I saw the message.
Should Minico be reported for that? I don't know. I think you needed to offer maybe a little bit more room for Zach on the other side.
Well, we'll see what happens after the race. Might be an inquiry, probably most likely. Heatwave is burning.
We'll have to see what the stewards say, but I think there's going to be quite a few reports from Tier 2 tonight, so we shall see.
Yeah, Heatwave is trying to build a gap over FinFan. He's on the battery, but it's not working. And Boss
Cookie's going to take another 3-second.
That... Mika with the fastest lap.
And Katra's through Mozzie right now, so she's up to P6. Still barring no penalties. She's doing really good. This could be a podium for her.
She's only 4.5 seconds from the leader, but you're exactly right.
Minico does have the freshest set and the fastest lap currently, so he'll take that extra point as it stands so far, I think.
Yeah, Heatwave is caught, or FinFan's caught Heatwave. Looks for the move in the hairpin. Gets it done. Side by side. He'll have DRS, I believe.
Yeah, FinFan getting great traction out of that shorter run, but able to do it with DRS. Boss Cookie trying to make his way through with DRS.
Yeah, Heatwave
He's going to maybe think about it again.
Well, he'll have DRS here. Heatwave won't, so we'll see if he looks for the move there. He got a good drive off through the final chicane. Heatwave kind of defensive. And retains P2. We'll see if FinFan can try to build a gap.
But yeah, FinFan takes the lead, and as it stands, barring no more penalties, and FinFan can make it to the end. That'll be a win for him. So, doing strong so far.
Yeah, but Heatwave is in his DRS, so we'll see if he's able to close that gap again.
Nico's trying to get a gap to anybody behind, so him and Boss Cookie are pushing hard. Aaron just a bit out of it, but so far as it stands, Catcher just needs to hold into DRS for like 2-3 laps, and then she'll be good. But
we're coming to the white. 1 lap to go. Nico he took a peek on Boss Cookie for P3. I believe
that'll be the white flag for FinFan. Will he take the win here today? Minico takes another 3-second time penalty, so that is just going to be adding to his misery.
And that's probably going to put him, yeah, with P6 to P9, not a penalty. Who is that in Sector 1?
Zach with a spin at the end there?
Yeah, it
Turn
is.
1-2, yeah. He's still in the points, but... yeah, I don't think Heatwave's got the pace. Cam takes a 10-second for corner cutting.
Well, let's see. It's going to be Heatwave's last gas shot for the win. I think he's too far back. They both are on equal battery. We'll see. I don't think he's close enough. Back, here comes Boss Cookie.
Boss Cookie's going to look for it, though. And he pushes off Heatwave. Heatwave's going to take a penalty. Boss Cookie's going to take a penalty. And Boss Cookie crashes himself out trying to make contact with Heatwave. Maybe that was a game glitch where they got magneted to each other, but that might be a steward report.
That's going to be a report.
What was that, Cam? What were you doing there?
Well, Veyron's podium streak comes to an end after 4 races, as it's Fanny takes the win over Heatwave. And hey, Katra, she gets P3. Good comeback drive, keeping her nose clean. I think we're just waiting for Cam to cross the line, and he's going to get a point. I don't think Cam...
That's a point.
Actually, he gets 2 points. Oh, no, I think Miniko has fastest lap.
Miniko, I think, took fastest lap, yeah. So, hey, Katra is driver of the day.
Well deserved.
I'll call her the GOAT, but she's the cat, so good on her. And there's the win for FinFan. A good race from him indeed. Winning it out on having no penalties towards the end, and that safety car strategy somewhat working out in his favor.
That, and he didn't really make a move on Heatwave until the DRS was activated. Then once he did, just kept it pointed.
Yeah, I think that 3 second would be removed off Heatwave anyhow, but either way, we put 1.5 seconds off of FinFan, so a very good win from him.
Yeah.
Heatwave for P2 and Katra for P3, so 3 Americans to take it out here in Canada today, so that's good.
Yep, we'll work on the...
Let's get them into our
doing that as we
podium
speak.
interviews. Oh boy,
Yeah,
let's get these podium interviews going as soon as they get in here, and lots to talk about.
Well, here's the thing. FinFan pitted 5 times. How many times did Jensen Button pit in 2011? Was it 5 or 6?
I pitted 4 times,
like
Jensen
that.
pitted 7
It was
times.
something like that. Let's see. Do we have everyone here? We do have everyone here. So, we'll start with P3 and P2. Well, hey, Catcher, you started P8. Just describe your race. I don't want to say luck. I'm not going to use that word, but here you are on the podium. Did you see that coming for you on the later stages of the race?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I did earlier on. That's just the theme of how the race went. I mean, off the start, it was just kind of, just pick and choose what battles you really wanted on. But as soon as that safety car came out, I was in a really good position. I mean, that podium in that spot at the time was great. It was, if no safety cars were to come out, it was going to be what, hopefully where I could finish, and that was the target, and it did. And I had to sacrifice all that track position that I had before that safety car, and from there it just seemed to go downhill. I mean, countless just small errors on myself, and then eventually it was a large error on myself when I hit the wall on the left side before it got me from damage. But I mean, obviously I had contact with Cam, I believe it was, and I have to look back on the clip to see what exactly happened there. But that's all I can say about that is it's just whatever. And then just the casual pedals not working thing that just seemed to plague me. But in the end, finally, I'm glad I can get it. But I wish it was better circumstances.
Yeah, I noticed the strategy you had when the first safety car came out, being the fact that you run mediums. You did the medium, soft, medium strategy to beat the tire compound. That second safety car certainly did help you, and basically the final part of the race. Trying to think, because a lot of stuff happened. You started on mediums, and you mentioned that, picking up your battles, was that part of it, starting on mediums just to race smart in the beginning?
Yeah, obviously the main goal, especially when you're doing an alternate strategy, is to lose as minimum amount of time as possible, and that was the goal. I mean, I obviously overtook some guys that were quicker at the time. I thought I was a little bit quicker in the moment, so hopefully me getting through them, will set me up later on, but, there's a lot of moments that I, held back on, and that's what I, theoretically should have had mindset for the rest of the race. But picking your battle is just the main reason why I'm on the podium right now.
Indeed it is, and you keeping it on the track, not getting any penalties, certainly did pay off. Congratulations. We'll move to heat wave. What did you make of what happened going into the chicane of the Wall of Champions on the last lap?
Uh, I don't really know what to say. Cookie has 12 seconds on penalties, I'm pretty sure. And he's
You're right.
not even like in front for me to like go back, like let go. So I don't know what Cookie was doing. I got no space for the actual corner. I had to go off track. And then he just turns in on me, and then I get wing damage.
Yeah, we saw
Thankfully, I
that.
get that could be enough from that, but I don't know.
By the way, before anything else goes, Cam's getting disqualified. Goodbye.
Okay. Anyways.
All right then.
Well, he did have a
He's
10
lying,
second
so.
cutting. 10-second cutting in the corner. We didn't really see it. I wasn't on
He
his
used the
onboard.
line. That's the preface, not anything else.
Oh, anyways.
I see.
That explains that. I lost my train of thought. I don't blame you. Did you want to see the safety car come out for the second time? Because you pitted for softs. Pretty sure you were aware of the penalty situation because you had a good look of just about 5 mile up there. Were you kind of just kicking it a little bit, saying, dang it?
Not necessarily. I was actually kind of wanting it because that just made it easier for me to catch up to Fin, which pitted still got in front of him, and the guys that had penalties. So not having penalties, just having a safety car was better for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, it's a shame that you didn't get the win with you leading the safety car restart. But P2, congratulations. We'll move to Rath as he'll interview our race winner, FinFan.
Yes, and FinFan, what a race. You kind of sneaked your way through the entire race, had no penalties, kept it clean, quiet, consistent pace, and just kind of had the right strategy when it came to safety cars. How was that race for you there, sir?
I mean, I don't even know what to say. The first original race before the the lobby restart, I was out before the first corner, and then after the restart, I won the race. It was really chaotic. I never really thought I would be in with a chance to win the race. I got wing damage the first lap, still had to pit, so it was even at the back of the pack. So after the first safety car came out, I pitted for softs just to get an extra lap on, and then I pitted for mediums the next lap just to have that extra lap fresher tires. And I just following the train, the DRS train. I was right behind Katra most of the time. Unfortunate spin. Cam kind of turned in on her. I saw that. So, but yeah, it was pretty chaotic. And once everyone pitted that needed to pit, and I saw Maniko had time penalties, I asked my engineer Titan, "Am I in for, or am I racing for a win here?" And then that's when I just shut up for the rest of the race and kept my head down.
Yeah, well, that was a great win. It was a bit of a nail biter between you and Heatwave, so well fought. And yeah, I think that'll probably be the end of our stream. But unless you have anything else you'd like to say, but yeah, it was a great race. Any other questions, BWO, or
No, I'm good.
nothing for you, FinFan? You're good.
Nah, my adrenaline's peaking. First league racing win and podium at the same time. So
GG.
after struggling in Tier 1
Congratulations.
last season, feels nice to be back up on the podium.
Well, good to hear. So, yeah, congratulations on the wins. Good to see you back up on the podium. Hopefully we'll see you again a few more times throughout the season. So, yeah, that should be the end of our Tier 2 stream, and check back in just about 30 minutes for our Tier 1, and we'll have more F1 racing action for y'all. Have a good night and be safe, everyone.